Alright, good morning everybody. What a delightful morning it is here today with the bright sun beating on my office wall, heating up the office about 20 degrees, and then there's landscapers outside making gratuitous amounts of noise as I start my pre-stream. So, welcome to the stream everyone. How are you doing? Hello, hello. It's loud as fuck, and I welcome you to a full day of streaming. My next to last day of streaming this week, because I am streaming tomorrow as well, even though normally I wouldn't be. Today I'm switching the schedule. Okay, today I am switching the schedule around because I do not want to play tonight what I'm playing on the late stream. Alright? We'll talk about this in a moment. We're doing a schedule shift in order to take advantage of some new stuff that has happened. Okay? So, welcome to the streams, everyone. How you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Today is actually Wednesday, March 31st, 2021, and that means, ladies and gentlemen, today is the final day of March, and it is the final day for us to hit the subscriber goal here on the channel. We're less than 30 subscribers away from hitting the subscriber goal. It's that close. It's definitely within reach. It's definitely within reach for us. So, just throwing that out there, if you're not subbed to the channel, today would probably be the best day to sub, with all the benefits you get, including access to over 40 emotes, getting a cool chat crown badge, and also, of course, not having to watch shitty ads when I take ad breaks. Not that I take ad breaks all the time, because I don't, alright? But we're only 30 subscriptions away. We are super close to hitting the subscriber goal. Can we hit it today? We're going to find out. It's going to be suspenseful for sure to see if we can hit it. Alright. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. Let's talk about what's going on around here, because there's a lot going on around here, alright? Today, we are playing Divinity 2 again, and hopefully today, I don't know if this will happen or not, hopefully today we'll find the leader of the Seekers. We were supposed to find him like 12 hours ago. We were tasked with doing this, but everywhere nearby that we're going is another side mission. Seriously, another side mission, then another side mission. There's so many side missions in this game that is absolutely out of control. And yeesh. Seriously. How many side missions are in this? It's nuts. The amount of side content that's crammed into this game. And yet half the time you don't even know what you're doing. Like, am I doing the right thing? Or am I not? You know what I mean? Like, is this leading to something I need to do? Important for the plot or not? And a lot of the times I do find good loot and I get good experience from the fights. So it's worth doing, but then again, it's like, okay, literally like 10 hours ago, I was told to go find the leader of the Seekers. I don't think I'm any closer to doing that. I just keep going to other side areas, right? So, I guess we're going to see what happens today on the stream. We're going to try to figure this shit out, all right? I hope that you guys will enjoy it. I hope you'll help me. As usual, I need help and guidance whenever I play Divinity 2. It's an incredibly unaccessible game. It really is. I've now played the game for 30 hours, and at least I feel like I've learned enough of the combat that I can win fights. But outside of that, seriously, outside of that, it's incredibly confusing. So I hope you guys will continue to help me with it, as you have all along this playthrough so far. Okay? Awesome. So it should be a chill stream, you know, lots of interactivity. And hopefully progress. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay? Tonight on the late stream, this is what I'm changing for today. Originally today, the late stream was supposed to be Genshin Impact. But a couple things have happened that have changed my mind. Alright? First of all, when I played Call of Duty a couple days ago, I unlocked the dual-wielding pistols, which are incredibly stupid. Because if anyone thinks that in real combat, using dual-wielding pistols is a viable tactic, you're completely wrong. It's the most unrealistic thing ever, okay? But it's hilarious to use them, and I was actually going on a small tear after I unlocked them, getting kill streaks with them, alright? Now, in addition to that, last night, late last night, there was an update to Call of Duty that updated the game. It tweaked the game a bit. Basically, it made it so that the SMG that I was using, the LC-10, is tweaked now, so it's nowhere near as good. Because everyone was complaining Like, it's an SMG. Why is it doing so much damage from range? It's doing like assault rifle damage, which makes no sense. So they tweaked it to make it less overpowered, which I don't disagree with. I don't think it should be overpowered to begin with. Okay. But also, they tweaked a bunch of other stuff in the game to rebalance it. And in addition to that, they added a new map. It is a variation on the Miami map. Now, everyone has complained that they don't like the Miami map. They feel that the Miami map is shitty, and everyone tries to skip it whenever it goes into the rotation. So they actively decided to redo that map and change it completely. First of all, it's daytime now instead of nighttime. And then in addition to that, they changed it up so that it has a different layout. It's now like it's smaller, has blocked off cars now, blocks off the street or whatever. So it's a little different, okay? Some people hate this map too, apparently. It's funny because I saw the changes and people start commenting, oh, this sucks even worse. So I don't know, but it's a new map. So I was like, man, I would love to play Call of Duty tonight. I got the dual pistols unlocked. We can go crazy using those, and we can check out the Miami map, the new one. So, deciding, thinking about everything, I was like, do I really need to play Genshin Impact tonight? No, I don't. Genshin Impact is meant to be a late-night chill stream for basically when I have streams to be filled in. You know what I mean? Like, if there's nothing going on, then I can play Genshin. But I want to play Call of Duty tonight. I'm way more excited to play Call of Duty tonight and check out the new map and everything. So that's what we're doing tonight. All right? That is what we're doing tonight. So I hope that you guys will join me later tonight, 6:45 p.m. for the FPS action on the late stream. It should be exciting. Okay? Tomorrow also should be a good day because tomorrow the main stream is Danganronpa V3 where we're going to finish up the first class trial. Not ass trial. Class trial. Okay? And the first class trial, it ended on a cliffhanger last time. We were going to find out, get some idea of who the actual culprit was, the murderer. And then we ran out of time. Okay? So, tomorrow that is the main gameplay stream. We will get our answers, finally, and figure all this out. I'm excited for that, okay? Then tomorrow night it's up in the air, but likely it's going to be more Call of Duty, quite honestly. Why? Because I've been enjoying the stream so much. You guys have been enjoying the stream so much, and I want to end my streaming week with a bang. I don't want to end it with a whimper. I want to end it with a bang. So maybe tomorrow night we'll do more Call of Duty. We'll see, all right? But likely yes. Likely, yes, that's what we're doing, all right? Then I'm off on Friday, okay? I'm off from streaming on Friday. When I come back on Saturday, which would be the 3rd of April, it'll be Call of Duty as the main gameplay stream. Yes. Yes. And then the night stream that night will be Street Fighter. So Saturday is going to be all multiplayer Saturday. All multiplayer games all day long on Saturday, which is a rarity for me that I would do that, okay? A big rarity. Then on Sunday, we'll continue on with Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection, which you guys yesterday got so hyped for. When I was playing Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection yesterday, you guys got so hyped for the stream. It was the most supportive day so far in 2021. I don't know what happened. There must have been something in the water. You guys must have really liked the fact that I was persevering in the game because yesterday I beat Stage 5. Including the second half of the stage and the boss, and then I was heading into Stage 6, and I was making significant progress. The stage has no checkpoints, but I already made it through 2/3 of the stage. So I'm doing really good, and people started contributing tons with tips. It was insane. So thank you to anyone who was here yesterday and contributed. It really was a very, very positive stream. Thank you for that. Definitely appreciate that. Okay? So that's going to be on Sunday. We're going to continue on with that on Sunday, and hopefully I'll be able to beat Stage 6, because we're so far into it, and then maybe head on to Stage 7. I don't know how many stages the game has, but, we're making good progress at this point. It's pretty good, all right? And then Sunday night will be Fall Guys, my weekly Fall Guys session, all right? And then on Monday, we'll probably start swinging back, so probably Monday will be Danganronpa again. Now, the big day next week is Tuesday. Let me explain why. Tuesday of next week, ladies and gentlemen, in less than a week, it is my birthday. Yes, next Tuesday, it's my birthday. I am 72 years old, although I'm young and spry, right? Young and spry at 72. You may not think I look my age, right? Some people would say I do. Some people would say, yeah, I look right in there. But others would say, you know, I look pretty young for my age. So, you know, when you get to be my age, you know, a lot of things that change. Metabolism, your balls sag, you know, your teeth pop out. I have giant tufts of hair growing out of my ears. It's disgusting. But anyway, it's going to be a special day on my birthday. First of all, actually, all of next week, when I come back from break starting on Saturday, we're going to have special decorations here on the streams in the office to basically make it look festive. There's probably going to be some balloons, streamers, things like that. And all this next week when I'm streaming, if a big contribution comes in, I will do something special. I don't know if it's going to be like blow a horn or a noisemaker or something. We got to see what we can find. We're going to go on Friday. We're going to go see what we can find for this special week of streaming. Okay? But in addition to that, we're then going to, on my birthday, do a very special event. It's going to be the Challenge Run Marathon. Alright? A Challenge Run Marathon. What I'm going to do is play classic games. At this point, I'm pretty much narrowing it down. It's either going to be Classic Mario or Mega Man. And at this point, it's probably going to be Classic Mario. Only because that makes the most sense, I feel, for this kind of rules that I'm laying out for this marathon. So what does that mean? It means that during this marathon, I'll be playing old school games and laying out challenges for myself. For example, maybe the first challenge will be, can Phil beat the entire World 1 without losing a life? Okay? And I can't cheat. I can't warp. I have to legit beat everything in World 1. So you guys will be wagering channel points on this event. Can Phil do it or not? And you'll be winning or losing channel points during the said event. Okay? Now, it's not going to only be Mario 1. It's also going to be Mario The Lost Levels. For those who don't know, Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels is actually Super Mario Bros. 2 in Japan. But the Japanese felt that outside of Japan, gamers were too stupid. I'm not kidding. This is the truth. They felt that gamers were too stupid to enjoy the true Super Mario Bros. 2. They thought that the rest of the world was too dumb, that the Japanese were smarter than everyone else and would be able to handle it and beat it, but the rest of the world would be very stupid and would not appreciate the game. So outside of Japan, Super Mario Bros. 2 was a different game. It was actually a game called Doki Doki Panic, which was basically reprogrammed to look like Mario, Toad, Luigi, and Princess Peach, even though in reality it was a game about a bunch of people from the Middle East fighting monsters, throwing turnips. That's why that game has a lot of like desert theme to it. And that's also why the game has flying carpets, because it's supposed to actually be set in the Middle East, not in the Mushroom Kingdom. I know that sounds weird, but it's absolutely true. So if you play Super Mario Bros. 2, the Western version, you played a game that's basically like a Middle Eastern game, a rarity, and it was mainstream. Nintendo sold it as Mario 2, and it was a mainstream game. Pretty crazy, huh? So anyway, that being said, the true Super Mario Bros. 2, The Lost Levels, is incredibly challenging and difficult. I have never actually played it. I know all about it, and I own it because I'm a subscriber to the Nintendo Online system. And when you have Nintendo Online, you get Super Mario Bros. 1 and The Lost Levels for free on there to play whenever you want. So I have it. You know, we're going to play it, but it's going to be interesting. So I'm going to get through Super Mario 1, which could take several hours. And then we're going to go to Super Mario The Lost Levels, which is probably going to be balls to the wall challenging. Seriously. It's going to be crazy. So, let's see what happens. That's going to be a fun challenge run marathon on my birthday. Now, in addition, during that day, I'm going to have a live episode of DSP Tries It on the stream. I don't know what it'll be. It could be something fast foody, like maybe the new chicken sandwich from McDonald's, or it could be something from my new local place called Alberto's Mexican Food right over here. Maybe I'll try some new item from them and see how that is. I'm not sure. I gotta think about it and just determine during the week what I want to do. Maybe it'll be a can of Chef Boyardee, which has become a running meme here on the streams. So maybe it'll be that. Alright. We'll see. Then, in addition to that, since it is my birthday, if my wife has a chance over the weekend and makes me a birthday cake, I'll probably at some point during the day have a piece of birthday cake and celebrate happy birthday, right? And then on top of all of that, there's going to be a special reveal during the stream. It's already set in stone. It's going to happen. A special reveal during my birthday stream. Okay? And then on top of all of that, so think about all this stuff that's going on, all the stuff that is going on, during my birthday stream on April 6th, Tuesday. On top of all of that, there's even more, all right? If we hit the subscriber goal by the end of today, which I told you guys, it's less than 30 subs to go to hit the subscriber goal for the month, I will be wearing a pair of jeans for the entirety of my birthday stream. Jeans on my birthday. I know that sounds stupid because it is. But people are making it a meme that me wearing jeans is some kind of a meme. Because normally I wear pajama pants. In fact, today, I'll show you guys. Today, I am wearing pajama pants. I'm literally wearing pajama pants today. Because they're comfy. And actually, all the other pants were in the wash. There was no other sweatpants or anything. Just pajama pants to wear today. That's all there was. So, on my birthday, I'll wear jeans all day long. Wow. You know what's funny? You know, idiots, they try to make fun of me. They say when you open your mouth naturally goes to the side. Watch this. Ready? It doesn't. But if I do this, now it does. Because when I make a face, I usually contort my face purposely to make it look stupid. But people are dumb. So they make shit up because they're morons. So anyway. Yes, so just think about that. On my birthday, Challenge Run Classics Marathon, right? Live DSP tries it. Holiday festivities all day long with the decorations and everything. Possibly me having birthday cake on the stream to celebrate my actual birthday. A big reveal on the stream live, guaranteed. And then on top of that, if we hit the subscriber goal today, I'll be wearing jeans all day long. What a day. My birthday is going to be the most momentous stream I have ever done on Twitch, ever, in history. Since the day I started streaming on Twitch in 2013, this will be the biggest and best stream ever. Ever. It will be. I guarantee it. So I can't wait. I hope you guys are excited. And then, of course, for the rest of the week, I'll be playing the normal games that I'm playing. I'll be playing Divinity 2. I'll be playing more Danganronpa V3. I'll be playing more Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection. I'll be playing more Call of Duty. Will there be 2 fighting game streams this coming week? I don't know. We'll play it by ear and see what I want to do on the night streams. And we'll go from there. I'll have to determine, you know, depending on how they do, if I want to play it, you know, more than once this coming week or not. Last night I did okay. Last night, playing Street Fighter on a Tuesday night, it was all right. There definitely were way less people playing the game, which was disappointing because, you know, I like to have like 5-6 lobbies I could jump between to avoid the trolls and the like. But sadly, there just weren't that many people, so it was a little bit annoying trying to get in consistent matches. I had to drop lobbies and go to other places a lot last night. It was kind of frustrating. In addition, a lot of the people who are regulars who come by usually on Friday nights to watch me play Street Fighter were not around. So it was kind of like a double whammy. I still had a good time, and I think the people who were here enjoyed it, but it was a little weird because people weren't used to it being on a Tuesday night. Okay? So we'll see. Maybe I'll play it again twice this coming week. Maybe not. We'll find out. Or I'll think about it. Now, as for my schedule for next week, I have no idea. Yet again, my wife has not been given her schedule ahead of time, and everyone at her job has complained to the management saying this is ridiculous. It's been like almost a month, and you guys are not giving a schedule ahead of time. We have lives. We have some people have other jobs. You know, some people are working 2 jobs. Some people have kids. You know, what if you have to make a doctor's appointment, right? What if you have to make a haircut appointment? You can't do any of that because this job is not giving them the schedule ahead of time. So the management at her job has promised them that within a week or so, they're supposed to have the schedule out for at least 3 weeks ahead of time. That's what they said. But you guys know retail, right? You guys know retail, how often at retail jobs you get smoke blown up your ass just to avoid conflict. So who knows if that's true or not. I would love it for her to come home today and say, oh, I got the schedule for the next 3 weeks. Now we can actually plan stuff. I'd be like, great, now I can plan the schedule. Now we can get our haircuts. Now we can do this and that. But right now, everything's in limbo. Okay? Everything is in limbo. So When I know, I'll let you know. I don't know when my day off is next week. I have no clue. Okay? I'll let you know when I know. Fair enough? Okay. Alright. So, the week is going to be exciting. All these games, all the stuff I'll be playing. Now, also, on my birthday itself, Star Wars Republic Commando Remake comes out. And I am going to be playing that as a playthrough after my birthday. I'm not going to play it on my birthday because I already have the special stuff planned for my birthday. I'm going to start playing it right after, probably the next day, as long as I'm here that day. So, there will be a new game coming up, even though technically it's a remake of an old game I've never played. I'm not playing the Oddworld game right away because I'm already in the midst of too many playthroughs, and quite frankly, when I played the last Oddworld game, people didn't really like it on my stream. I thought it was alright, but it was a very challenging game. It took me quite a long time to beat some of the puzzles. People found it quite boring. They told me it was very boring, and actually a lot of people were upset that I took as much time as I did to play it and beat it. So I'm not going to be playing that one right away. It's free on PS Plus for PlayStation 5 owners. So likely what I will do, I'll probably, likely I will get it on PS Plus just so I can have it whenever I want to play it. And then I'll play it at a future date when there's downtime or whatever. Okay? Fair enough? So there you go. Techie's Picker, you're absolutely right. See, he says, I'm confused because I work retail and my schedule is done 2 weeks in advance. Techie's Picker, you're correct. All right? You're absolutely correct. This is a problem at her job. Basically, the management at her job are not doing their jobs properly. And everyone at the job is complaining about it. They're like, this is ridiculous. You can't just expect us 1 day ahead of time to get a schedule for the week. This has to be done in advance because we have lives. And the management has been doing an absolutely terrible job of this. And I get the feeling that they're in trouble for it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people could actually file complaints and stuff with the company. And be like, what kind of a company is this I'm working for when you won't even make me a schedule? Other people have actually been complaining that they're putting in availability, like, I can only work these hours, and the job's scheduling them for hours outside of that. And they're like, I told you I can only work these hours. When you hired me for this job, or when you switched me into this position, you told me, I told you this is when I can work, and you're still scheduling me for hours outside of that. Like, what don't you understand? Havel Rock says that's illegal under UK employment law. It is not illegal under American law. Here's why. So you may not know this. In America, we have a law. It's called at-will employment. What at-will employment means is that both the employer and the worker have certain rights, okay? And if those rights are violated, you can leave whenever you want for any reason. So, for example, if a worker feels they have been wronged by the company, they can just walk off the job and never come back, and there is no legal ramifications for that whatsoever. The company can't do shit about it. At the very same time, the company can fire someone for pretty much any reason besides, like, discrimination, and the person has no recourse against it, besides maybe trying to say, oh, they did do something wrong against me, I want to sue for unemployment or whatever. You see what I'm saying? And that's at-will employment. So that's the problem, is that with that at-will employment contract, there's no defense against any of this. The company can continue to jerk the people around, and if people are like, well, if you don't like it, quit. That's a major problem with American employers. And by the way, that's every single retail job, every single service industry job, all those jobs that you see on American news where they say, job creation's high. Look, unemployment's down. Job creation is good. They're all those level of jobs. They're all minimum wage, you know, retail, service industry jobs, no health care plans because they won't let you, they won't even schedule you enough hours to qualify for health care. Okay? And then on top of that, then they jerk you around like this. These are the jobs that are in America. And then on the news, they spin it like it's a good thing. Like, no, assholes. What you've done is you've taken our entire country and you've taken all the meaningful jobs that would have been careers that a family person would want, and you outsourced it all to countries where they pay them pennies on the dollar of what you would pay people here. So now all the people here have terrible jobs. And this is how we're treated. Everyone's mistreated and treated like shit. You see? See the problem? So anyway, it's a major issue, and yes, it's going to be handled eventually, I hope. But it sucks because, you know, it affects everything. It affects my wife's life. It affects my life. It affects everything in a negative way. And there's not much we can do about it right now. Unless my wife wants to try to find another job, which I'm sure she could do, but especially now with the economy the way it is because of COVID, I'm sure that the jobs out there aren't going to be easy pickings. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like the attitude of these companies is shut up and be grateful you have a job during COVID anyway. So, anyway, guys, I digress. That was a big digression there. So when I know what's going on with my schedule, I'll let you all know. Right now, I have no idea. Okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm an independent streamer, which means I don't have any sponsorships. I don't get paid by Twitch or any other company to stream exclusively on their site. I rely on your crowdfunding efforts in order to make ends meet and make a living. All right? So, if you like my content, if you like my streams, if you like me as a person and you want to support my efforts to continue doing this full time, please support the stream. You can either cheer, sub, or tip. Any of those things are greatly appreciated. All right? In particular, today, we are trying to hit a sub goal by the end of today, so subbing might make sense. But, of course, for tipping, we also have tips goals in effect. All right? For example, if we raise $50 in tips today, I'll put on my Gunner glasses. If we raise $100 in tips, I'll put on a vest of your choice. Now, yesterday, I wore both the platinum and the camo vests. So that means today, it's going to be beige, blue, red, and gray vests that are eligible if we hit the tips goal on this stream. Okay? We also have higher level tips goals. We won't talk about those unless we actually hit the tier 1 tips goal. Alright? I don't want to go get ahead of myself here. Of course, yesterday I wasn't expecting anything like that yesterday, and oh my god, it was incredible amounts of support, which is really nice. So again, thank you guys who were here yesterday. Okay? Now, I go out of my way to try to shout out every single contribution that comes into my streams because I am so appreciative of the people who contribute and allow me to continue to do what I love. So thank you in advance to anyone who does contribute during the stream. It really, I mean, it's how I make my living. It's how I'm going to pay for everything when I go out on Friday. You see what I mean? So thank you for that, guys, in advance. I appreciate that. Yes, the lawnmower. The lawnmower sound activated. The landscapers are around outside making tons of noise right now. That's correct. Okay. Now, all that being said, everybody. Ah, my neck. All that being said, I have some tips for those who are regulars to my streams who want to, protect themselves from online trolling. Please listen up. Number 1, please do not use a name on Twitch that is the same as a name you use anywhere else. And that includes social media sites in particular, because if there's someone here on Twitch that doesn't like you for whatever reason, you don't want them to follow you around the internet harassing you everywhere you go. See what I mean? Now, in addition to that, I strongly recommend you turn off direct messages here on Twitch. Sadly, there are people who, let me put it this way. If they can harass you online and get away with it, they will. They might not have a reason behind it. They might not even benefit from it. They'll just do it because they can get away with it, and somehow they get some kind of sick pleasure out of that. There's people who come to my stream, will cheer for the first time ever, and tell me within 5 minutes, I just got 10 DMs from trolls harassing me because I supported you. Yeah, they're scumbags. So I always tell everyone, turn off your open direct messages on Twitch. That's just a gateway to harassment. It really is. I have it set that only people on my friends list can direct message me. Okay? There you go. Now, in regards to tips, tipping is one of the best ways to contribute because I get tips immediately. I can use them for important things. Like I said, on Friday when I go out shopping, etc., your tips are what pay for all of that. Okay? So that being said, if you're going to tip me today, I have a couple things that I would ask of you and or recommend, only because they're incredibly helpful to streamline my streams and make it so that I don't have to interrupt them constantly. All right? Number 1, if you are going to tip me, please create a verified PayPal account. What that means is that you will link your identity information to your PayPal to verify you're a real human. Sadly, I had a lot of fraud against me over the last 6 months. Some people doing fake credit card transactions, then having them get charged back, which not only took the tips away from me, but then I was hit with fees and penalties against my PayPal account for many months. It was a nightmare, all right? So once I instituted these changes to stop that and made it that people have to have a verified PayPal, most of that problem has gone away, okay? So, please consider tipping, and if you're going to tip, please create a verified PayPal account. That's the best way for me to verify you're a real person, you're not a fraudulent person. And in addition to that, if you are a regular here and you're thinking of tipping on a consistent basis, you might want to create what's called a code word. Meaning when you tip, you put a word into your message for the tip, And that way I recognize that it's you. There's already about a dozen people who do this. And because of this, when they tip, I 100% know it's them. They're trustworthy. I can read out the tip, add it to the running tally, and just move on, streamlined with the stream. I don't have to sit here and go into PayPal to verify that it's really them. Sadly, if you can believe it, yes, there are malicious parties who come in here and try to impersonate stream regulars with fake tips and the like. I know that sounds stupid because it is, but they do it because they're losers. So the whole code word system basically bypasses that and allows us to streamline the streams and not have that crap happen, okay? So please consider doing it. Thank you to anyone who contributes in any way. It's much appreciated. You guys keep me going. You guys are the reason why I can keep covering games and having great social streams every day with you like I love to do. Best job I've ever had. I can't wait to do it today. Sound good? All right. In that case, let's move on. So I've got 2 news stories to talk about today. 2 news stories. First of all, today is the death of Mario. It is official. Mario has passed away. Type F in the chat to pay your respects to Mario. He's done. Today is death day for Mario. What that means is that, number 1, Super Mario 35, that game that was supposed to be an elimination-style game, Battle Royale, classic Mario game that came out last year, is now defunct. It's defunct. It will not work after today. It's the last day to play it ever. Am I going to play it today? No. I played it at launch. I thought it was all right. Within 2 sessions, I had already mastered it and was winning almost every match. And I said, this is boring, and I never played it again. So it's not a huge loss, but it's kind of lame that a game's not even a year old and already they discontinued it. In addition, as of today, you can no longer buy Super Mario All-Stars as a digital copy on the store. You have to find a physical copy somewhere if you want to own Super Mario All-Stars. Why Nintendo has done this, I have no idea. It doesn't seem to make logical sense at all. I mean, if anything, it probably forced people to go rush and buy the game early, which maybe is what Nintendo wanted. It's kind of like Disney. Disney used to do this too. Before the era of Disney Plus, Disney used to do limited release for their movies. Like, it would be, Cinderella is now available on home video, but only for a limited time, and after that, we're not producing any more copies. So if you wanted to buy Cinderella, you'd have to go buy it within like a 6-month window, and then it would be off store shelves like permanently until Disney decided to do a second run or whatever. And usually what would happen is every new medium they would do. So first it was video cassette, then it was DVD, then it was Blu-ray, then they did a Blu-ray collector's edition with extra content. You see, that's how they would do it. And what it was is it would basically make it treat it like every version of a movie from Disney was a collector's edition, because it was a limited release, and people would run out and buy these things like hotcakes. They would, oh my god, limited release, I gotta get it. So everyone surmises that's probably what that's probably what Nintendo was doing with the Mario All-Stars release. They were trying to create some kind of artificial demand for it, so even if you weren't planning on playing it in the short term, you would run out and buy it anyway, so at least you have it. Because let's face it, at some point, all of us will probably want to either play Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, or Super Mario Galaxy, right? And if this is the best way to play it on, on the modern console, on the Switch, you want to buy it now, even because you might not be able to get it again. Ugh. Excuse me. It's my stupid allergies. My allergies are bothering me. As I'm sitting here doing pre-stream, as the landscapers are cutting the lawn outside, my nose is swelling up and inflaming on the left-hand side. So my allergies are going into effect. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? Before I even continue with pre-stream, I'm going to go pop an allergy pill. Because I think it would be pretty stupid if I didn't when they're outside doing lawn work, all right? Give me a second. I'll be right back. I'm actually going to go pop an allergy pill. All right, I'm back, and I got the twisty, and Jasper's going crazy. He wants the twisty. He's full of energy because I have the window open in the bedroom. And it's because it smells like spring out there. They're cutting the lawn and everything. He's all excited now. Oh, my goodness, look at him. He's full of energies. He's full of kitty energies. Yeah. He bites the twisty as I do this. There you go, buddy. Okay, anyway. Excuse me. Whew. I had to be... oh, my God. I'm exploding here. I had to be careful I took the right pill. Because we have two different kinds of allergy medication. One that's a non-drowsy, and one that's like a maximum strength, you know, shock the system kind of a deal, but it makes you very drowsy. So on Monday, my wife came home with an allergic reaction from work. We didn't know what it was. Like, what the hell made her have it? We still don't know what caused the allergic reaction. But she was breaking out in hives. Her whole body was freaking, like, itchy. I was like, oh my God, we got to get an allergy pill in you right away. And hopefully this will counteract this. So we gave it to her. Actually, it wasn't Monday, was it? Was it Sunday? It was one day over the weekend. I can't remember. And she took the extra strength one, and it worked right away. Like, within an hour, all her symptoms went away. But then she couldn't stay awake. Like, it like made her insanely drowsy. She was like, oh my God, she kept napping all day. She couldn't freaking stay awake because of it. It was ridiculous how powerful it was. So because of that, I was like, dude, I can't take that. I got stream all day. So, here you go, buddy. Ready? Go! There he goes. He ran across the hallway to get the twisty. How cute. Okay. So anyway. Anyway, guys. That's the deal with Mario. So today, number 1, Mario 35 closes down. And number 2, today the Mario All-Stars Collection can no longer be bought digitally. And they're not going to produce the disc anymore. You're going to have to find it physically at a store for a copy that was unsold if you want it. So limited. Now, I bought it digitally, so I'll be able to play those games, you know, in the future whenever I want. But everyone's questioning, is this Nintendo's new strategy? Is Nintendo becoming the new Disney, where they feel that their shit doesn't stink and their stuff is so valuable and important that they could just, every Nintendo game will be limited release, so you have to rush to buy it, right? So I guess we'll see. But today's the death of Mario, all right? All right. Now, in addition, a news story came out yesterday, of all things, about Cyberpunk 2077. Now, the reason this really came out is because Cyberpunk released yet another patch, 40-gigabyte giant patch for the game, all right? And the game still isn't stable. As soon as this patch came out, people started posting up things on the internet again about how the patch still didn't fix stuff. One person's like, yeah, so I downloaded the patch thinking that the game would run better. Now this character, this NPC, is stuck inside my apartment, not moving, not talking, and the story won't progress. I'm like, oh my fucking God. This game will never work. And it's funny because at this point, I mean, I think a lot of people are basically throwing in the towel with Cyberpunk. They're like, you know, this game is never, ever going to live up to the promises the game developer had for it. If the game can't even work on a functional level, right? How are they ever going to deliver on the things that they promised would be in this game? The DLCs, and you know what I mean? Like, they say, oh, we're going to fix it. Don't worry. We're going to make it what we promised. I don't think they are. I think that at this point, the company is so falling apart at the seams that I don't think that we're going to see a Cyberpunk 2077 world that we were ever promised. The game will always go off broken, I feel, at this point. All right? Now, 2 updates in regards to Cyberpunk and CD Projekt Red's game development. All right? The first update is that CD Projekt Red has now announced that after a few more months here, basically late 2021, but mostly 2022, they are now going to develop games alongside each other, because what they said is, basically the entire time they worked on Cyberpunk, they weren't really working on Witcher. You know, Witcher 3 came out, and then the DLC, and since then they haven't even touched a new Witcher, because everything's been put into Cyberpunk. But now what they're saying is, they're going to develop Witcher and Cyberpunk content side by side, so that way it's not all focused only on one game. I think what they've realized is putting all their eggs in one basket doesn't work. When the basket explodes and the eggs crash to the ground and crack into a liquid mess, you're fucked. And that's exactly what happened with Cyberpunk. The game is such an underwhelming flop because it's a piece of shit that now they have nothing to talk about positive with CD Projekt Red at all, right? Now, if they had a Witcher game out now that was good, obviously then you can at least say, all right, well, at least there's Witcher. That's the problem. They put all their eggs in one basket, and look what happened. All right? So, they're going to start developing both games at the same time. In addition, there's an announcement where they were completely ambiguous with the stuff that they said, and it even prompted reporters to ask further, and they said there's no further comments. So here's what they said. They basically said the following. I'm paraphrasing here. The plans that they had for multiplayer content in Cyberpunk 2077 will no longer come to fruition. I guess at one point what they were saying is that they were developing an additional AAA game alongside the single-player version of Cyberpunk 2077, and it was basically going to be a multiplayer version of Cyberpunk. It wasn't going to be the main game. It was going to be a standalone, like, online experience that you could play in the world of Cyberpunk. I guess what you could think is like Grand Theft Auto 5, right? And GTA Online. They're set in the same universe, but they're definitely not the same game. You see what I mean? So I think that's what they were saying, is they were going to make this online mode, but because the baseline Cyberpunk failed so bad on a functionality level that they're no longer making the online anymore. All right? Basically, it's canceled. What they did say is they are going to make online component content moving forward. Okay? However, they're basically, what they're going to do is try to develop an infrastructure of online gameplay for all of their games that can cross over. So, for example, they're trying to make an online infrastructure of netcode or whatever, so it'll work both with Witcher and with Cyberpunk and with other games they make too. Okay? Now, I have no idea how that's going to work. That sounds weird to me. How on earth would you make a online component for Witcher that's going to also work with Cyberpunk? Like, they're completely different kinds of games, right? I have no idea. That sounds weird to me. And to me, it kind of sounds like a cop-out. It kind of sounds like they don't want to say, listen, we really screwed up and we have to cancel the online version or multiplayer version of Cyberpunk because we can't even make the baseline work. Instead, they're like, oh, don't worry, no. We're going to work on online stuff just side by side later on. It's like, what? No. Bullshit. You're basically canceling the multiplayer version of Cyberpunk. Why don't you just publicly admit it? And that's what happened is after they made that public statement, reporters went back to this guy and said, well, can you confirm, that this is canceled? They said, oh, we have no further information to share. They're like, no, you're just, so basically, just like everything, you're being dishonest. You won't publicly admit that you failed. It's like, Jesus, this company fucking never, ever fesses up to shit. Like, oh my God, man. So anyway, yeah, that's more bad news for fans of Cyberpunk. No more multiplayer at all. It's done. And they're going to be developing Witcher content, which basically means they realized that this whole Cyberpunk deal is kind of, didn't work out too well for them. So, I guess we'll see what happens. I mean, me personally, I like Witcher way more than Cyberpunk. That's for fucking sure. So, I'm certainly not upset that they're going to go back to developing Witcher content. I'm happy about that. Witcher was a franchise that worked. I mean, it was buggy, but it worked at a functional level and was one of the best RPGs of the time when it came out. So you can't argue with greatness. I want that to continue. I don't want them to consistently waste their time on Cyberpunk, which I feel is terrible. Like, seriously, you guys know my opinion on it. I don't have to fucking go off on another rant about it, do I? Alrighty then. Alright, so FYI, that's all I got. I'm going to do some shout-outs now, but I received a tip from someone who I don't know who they are, and it's an unverified tip. So, not again 843. Are you in the stream chat? Are you someone who's a regular? If not, I have to refund your tip. As I stated on this very pre-stream, I don't accept unverified tips. They're too much of a risk against me. So, not again 843. Are you here? Who are you? Please speak up. Tag me in the stream chat. If I don't hear from you, I'm refunding this tip. I can't accept these unverified tips, man. Okay? So far, there's nothing. So, I had the feeling this is going to be refunded in a few minutes. I'll do other shout-outs, and if I don't hear it, I'm just going to refund it. Okay. Alright. Let's do some shout-outs. So, overnight, I received two $2 tips from Jim Rayner, who's trying to give me help here in Divinity today. The first thing he says is, "You went to the wrong chest. I said to go across from the hidden cave under a destroyed boat. It's also next to those dead salamanders you killed. You literally walked by it a dozen times." So that's where apparently there's a hidden chest that has legendary stuff in it. "You also missed a hidden room in Brachus Rex's tower. That was the tower that had the necromancers in it. Top left side, there's a sewer grate." Okay? Then he says, "That room has lots of good loot in it. You can use tactical retreat on Beast to jump down there. He can get all the loot. There's no need to teleport everyone. Make sure to search for stuff all the time, or you'll miss a lot in gold items and experience." Well, the problem is there's no way to get back to the tower, right? There isn't. The only way to get back to the tower would be to go through that labyrinth. Because remember the first time I got teleported? But I don't think you could get teleported through again. I think you could only get teleported through once. So, I don't think I can get back to the tower. I don't feel like doing a labyrinth of fucking puzzles and shit to get in there a second time for one room of loot. So, it sounds to me like I'm probably not getting that loot. Unless anyone can say that, yes, you can teleport through the labyrinth again. I doubt I'm going back to do that. Okay? But I will likely go back to where these salamanders were. You're saying there's directly across from the cave, the hidden cave, there's a boat. I'll look for that, I guess. Right? Okay. So thank you, Jim Rayner. It's very tough when Jim does these overnight tips. I'm trying to decipher them and understand what they mean. By the time that I stream, he's not here to elaborate, and then I get confused. That's exactly what happened last time. Here I am wandering around in this fucking cave endlessly, and I can't figure it out, right? Thinking that there's a chest in there when there's no chest in there. So, all right, thank you, Jim Rayner. Now, the first contribution of today was Snow Carl, who did a 50-bit cheer. He says, "A mod in your chat, does Timbo get on Burnell Productions' medical plan? He seems to be in need of therapy because a 50-year-old Mario game is being closed." I think he's joking because Timbo was joking about Mario's death today. So, thank you, Snow Carl, for a 50-bit cheer. But no, most like all the major companies in America, I make sure that all my workers do not qualify for healthcare under Burnell Productions. I'm just like everyone else. I'm a scumbag like all these other companies. So no, I make sure they purposely do not qualify for healthcare. So I'm not responsible for it. All right. Xbox One is garbage. Resubscribe for 21 months. He says, "Can you give my girlfriend Kari a shout out? It's her birthday. Shout out to Kari, who turned 22 today. Happy birthday." Thank you, Xbox One is garbage, for continuing your support of the channel as well. I appreciate that. All right. Jayhawk would cheer. He says, "Thankfully, most retail places are going towards having a union." And you know what? I do feel that unions are very important. In fact, Amazon workers are currently trying to unionize because of all these horror stories that are now coming out about Amazon workers being completely mistreated, being given ridiculous, unfair, and unrealistic quotas of amount of work they have to do in one day, being forced to piss in bottles and shit into plastic bags because they don't have time to take bathroom breaks so they can hit their quotas and keep their jobs. Yeah, so they're looking to unionize. The thing is, unions help in some things, and then sometimes they don't. It really depends. Overall, from my dad being in a union job for a very long time, what I can tell you is what union will help you in a few ways. Number one, they'll usually negotiate better pay, which is a good thing. Like, for example, holiday pay. Usually they'll make it so that if you work a holiday, you get extra money, right? They usually do stuff like that. They'll also usually negotiate good day, like paid days off, sick leave, stuff like that. Usually if you're in a union job, you'll get a lot of benefits like that. Okay? And yeah, if you're outright being like harassed at your job, if you're outright being mistreated in a really heinous way, a union will usually get your back. But unions aren't all they're cracked up to be. They're not the end all be all. A lot of people seem to think that unions would fix every problem in retail jobs and stuff. It would not. Trust me on this. They're not going to get involved in every little thing. And, you know, unless there's a major grievance against an employee or something, they really won't get involved. So, it depends. All right? It definitely depends. I mean, obviously things like better pay, better health care, all those things obviously are big benefits that a union would definitely help the workforce. But it's not always the end-all, be-all, best option either. So, okay. Welcome to Snap City Choosers. Don't you think if you make a platinum vest eligible for every stream, you'd start a new vest streak? No. No. People are not contributing just to see the platinum vest. I hate to tell you this. They're contributing because they like the streams. They want to support me. They want to support my efforts to continue doing this stuff. That's why. Snow Carl Cheers, did you know minimum wage law was enacted with the help of unions and white workers to prevent black and minority workers from stealing their jobs by doing it slightly cheaper? The most racist law in the books? I wouldn't be surprised if that's truthful. I mean, I have no evidence to say that that's truthful or not. I wouldn't be shocked that the way this country, you know, operated over the years, there are many things like that in our history that were meant to oppress certain groups of people. And it's kind of fucked up in that regard that's the history we live with. But, you know, certainly today, the minimum wage law, that is not the case. Okay? Angelo Bestia, resubscribed for 9 months, and shout out to my main man, Jonah Hills. All right. Angelo Bestia, thank you for 9 months of support. All right, we finally reached this tip. Not again, 843. I guess you're not here. You did not tag me. You did not say anything in the stream chat. I have to refund this tip because I can't trust it. And I'm sorry for that, but it's unverified. Like I told you, I don't accept these unverified tips. It's too much of a liability for me and my business, and I apologize. Please do not tip again unless you verify your account. Because if you do tip again, all right, and then I'm gonna have to block you, and I don't want to. And by the way, let me tell you, it's a big problem trying to get people unblocked here through Stream Elements. Unlike Streamlabs, where it was just a click away to block and unblock, it is a nightmare to get someone unblocked here on Stream Elements. I tried it, and one time it worked, and one time it didn't. They claimed they did it, and they never did it. So, please do not tip me again if it's unverified. I don't want to block you, and then I have to go through a big process later. All right? Golden Colt says, cheer. He's surprised as often as you experience nasal congestion or allergies, you use Claritin or the generic version. You should be using a nasal spray. Excuse me. Corticosteroid like Flonase or the generic fluticasone propionate. It gives immediate relief at the site of the symptom. Works better overall and doesn't have to be digested and metabolized into the bloodstream. Well, Golden Cold, you're absolutely right. I'm aware that those things exist. I'm 100% aware that there are these allergy medications that are better than taking a pill. Absolutely. Okay? However, a couple things. First of all, it's immediate relief, which is great. But is it long-lasting? Or is it just a concentrated dose to the affected area and then it wears off? You know, by taking the pill, usually when I take an allergy pill, I don't have problems with allergies the rest of the day. Usually it clears me up. So I just took that pill. What'll happen is it'll take an hour or two, but then all the inflammation will go away, and even my throat, like nothing will be bothering me for the rest of the day. Usually. Okay? So that's number one. Okay? Number two, I've seen Flonase and or other equivalent products. That shit is expensive. That stuff's like more than $10 for a tiny little bottle. You know? And for every day that I get the inflammation, what am I going to do? Squirt it every day, run out within a week, have to spend $15 a week on fucking Flonase? That shit is very pricey. In addition to that, okay? In addition to that, I usually, as I've told you guys, I make it a practice in my life that I do not take medication for anything unless I absolutely need it. Okay? If I have a headache, I will tough out that headache, and usually until it goes away. If I get like a splitting headache, then I'll take Advil or something. But I purposely try not to take medication unless I need it. If I'm sick, I have a cold, I usually won't take any medicine. I'll try to just tough it out. And then, if absolutely the symptoms get so bad, then I'll take some medicine. Why do I do that? Because if you wait until you need it the most, it'll actually be the most effective. If you're someone who, oh man, I got a cough, I'm going to take cough medicine every single day I have a cough, eventually you'll become immune to the cough medicine. It won't even do anything to help you anymore. Same thing with people. I know people who pop Tylenol like it's candy. Oh, I wake up in the morning, my head hurts a little, pop 2 Tylenol. Oh, my hand hurts, pop 2 Tylenol to stop the inflammation. And the next thing you know, Tylenol doesn't work anymore because you put it into your bloodstream, your metabolism, and it doesn't do shit. If you wait until you absolutely need it, and then you take it, it's most effective. And that's actually how medicine's meant to be taken. There's so many people in America in particular that are over-medicating on a daily basis. I almost never use medicine unless I need it. On purpose. So, in particular with this allergy medication, right? I know I have allergies. I know that every day there's a chance I'm going to be affected by it. Some days I'll tough it out. In particular today, I'm sitting here and probably the pollen's coming in from the grass as the landscapers are cutting it and blowing in my face. I should probably take an allergy pill today because it's going to be one of the worst days of the week for me, allergy-wise, because of that. So take the pill today, and it'll be effective because I didn't take it all week beforehand. You see what I'm saying? You get it? Alright, I hope that makes sense. But anyway, I'm well aware about Flonase and all of that. Maybe eventually I will. Maybe per your recommendation, when I go grocery shopping on Friday, maybe I'll see what they got at the store, and maybe I'll buy a bottle of something just to have it in case I need it for extreme cases. Okay? So, Super Scuba cheered. Excuse me. Super Scuba cheers. A few days ago, I ordered The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. Today, the package arrived. The plastic was cut open. The game card was missing. Some idiot working for Amazon stole it. I was already having a bad day and looking forward to the game. I was really pissed off. Has this ever happened to you? No. I've had good luck, mostly with delivery people. The worst I've ever had is it going completely to the wrong place, which has happened, or it coming and being destroyed. Like, for a few times, when I first moved here, I think it was like 2015 or 2016, so within like a year or two of moving here, Amazon was doing this test program, and I forget what it was called, but it was a program where you could order household items, and they would group them all together and ship them for incredibly cheap. I think it was, Amazon Pantry is what it was called. I don't even know if this program exists anymore, Amazon Pantry. But it was this program where they had these like standard ways to ship items that were household items, and they would be cheaper than you bought them in the store, right? And they would package them in this way that was supposed to make it safe and economical. So you could basically buy like a bunch of shit for your house and pay like $5 shipping and get a giant box of stuff, okay? So I did it a couple times. A couple times it was fine, and other times the box came completely destroyed. The box you could see was physically like dumped on and had shit put on top of it. And I had stuff in there that got crushed. So I would just call Amazon and they would say, okay, we're just going to replace the item for you. No problem. There was one time when I ordered a bunch of like trash bags, garbage bags. And they didn't show up. And I didn't know what was going on. And then my neighbor walks over and hands me a package and says, I just found this at the back gate. Apparently the Amazon driver got to the back gate, didn't know how to open it because you can't open it. So instead of going to the front gate to open it and deliver the package, they threw the package over the gate, and it landed in the road, and they just fucking left it there and drove off. Now we just talked about how Amazon drivers have ridiculously unrealistic goals and quotas set for them. So can you imagine? You're in a huge rush to hit your quota so you don't lose your job, and then you get to our facility here and you accidentally went to the wrong gate, which you can't open, and you're going to drive all the way around the block to get to the front. No, the Amazon driver got pissed and threw the package. Right? So it is what it is, but I've never had a package opened and something stolen like that. That's never happened to me. Never. One time, I'm trying to exactly remember, I think Kat ordered something off of Amazon, and it shows up, and she's looking at it like, how could this be what I ordered? And so she opened the package, and it was something completely different than what she had ordered. Like, not even close to being the item that she ordered. So she contacted Amazon. They just gave her a refund. That happened once. And what it is, probably it was on the wrong spot on a shelf or something in the Amazon warehouse. So someone just grabbed it and it just wasn't what was supposed to be. But I've never had something just outright stolen, no. Snow Carl Trudy says, how do you as a professional streamer and gamer and former fighting game pro prevent hand and wrist pain? Since I turned 25, I can barely play games or write for prolonged periods without pain. How do you handle physical aspect? Well, the good news is, I'm about to be 39 years old. And even the extended amount of time that I've been playing games at a competitive level, I really don't have too many problems. I would tell you today, yes, I do have some problems. My right hand has tightness of all the muscles in the joints. When I stretch my hands out, I'll show you, hold on. So I stretch my hands out like this. This hand feels loose and fine. This hand feels tight. My right hand, I use my right hand to do everything. I'm right-handed. So this hand always feels tight now, and I actually sometimes do get pain in the joints and stuff. So what do? You exercise your hand. You get an exercise thing, you squeeze it, okay? You do some hand, if your hand's not feeling good, you do hand exercises like you stretch out your fingers like this to make sure that the joints are all being stretched and that the blood flow is actually going through your hand like it's supposed to. Because the worst is when you get a pinched nerve or whatever, and then your hand's numb. That's the worst. Because that's what used to happen to my legs because of my back injury. When you have numbness, that's when you lose control. You could have shooting pain. You could have lose complete control of your hand. And that actually happened to me. I've told you guys about this once. One time I hurt a nerve in my neck so bad. This was about 8-9 years ago. I pinched the nerve in my neck so bad, I had shooting pain all the way through my shoulder, down my arm, into my right thumb. And I couldn't feel my thumb at all for like 2.5 months. This is when I was still playing competitive Street Fighter, and this is when I was doing YouTube videos, early on in my YouTube career. That was bad. I went to a tournament. I forfeit the whole tournament. I couldn't play. I couldn't feel my hand, so how am I going to play? How am I going to tell what buttons I'm hitting, right? Yeah, that's bad. But basically, exercise, stretch exercises, hand squeezer, keep your hand moving in a position so it feels healthy. Now, I know as I get older, this hand's going to have issues. And at that point, I may have to look into solutions for it. I don't know what. See, I'm just doing this, okay? Right now, this hand feels loose and fine. This hand feels tight, just stretching my hand out like that. Because it's the hand I use for everything, So anyway, I'm sure eventually I might have to see a doctor about it and find out. But, lucky for me, I haven't really had many issues, anything serious, let's put it that way. But it very well may have, 10 plus years now, every day playing video games all day, definitely something could happen long term. Okay. Timbo Slice Cheer, he says, I went to GameStop this morning to get a copy I plan to keep sealed of Mario 3D Collection. They had 15 people in line for a copy. They sold out. Well, it's odd people waited this long. I feel people think these things will be worth something because it's limited. That's what I'm telling you. This is exactly what happened with Disney. When Disney released their movies on physical copies, they would purposely create artificial demand by doing it, and then those copies would sell online for hundreds of dollars. At one point, I wanted a copy. I think it was Beauty and the Beast. On Amazon, it was going for like $175, Beauty and the Beast on Blu-ray. I was like, what? The fuck is going on? It's Beauty and the Beast. Everyone's seen this fucking movie. Of course, now, with Disney Plus, with everything digital streaming, the demand has gone way down. But this is what they do. They create this artificial demand. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, shout out to the following people who have cheered this week. The week is still young. It's only Wednesday. But thanks to those who've cheered already. We got Dinosaur King in 10th place. Jay Hawkwood in 9th. Falcon Teeth tied with Germworm in a tie for 7th. Local Nomad is in 6th. Rubly Atomic is in 5th. Timbo Slice is in 4th place. Colts MVP 923 in 3rd. Thug Nasty in 2nd. And Vergatoto in 1st place. Thank you guys so much for your support. And of course, those who gifted subscriptions to the channel so far this week, including Shanosuke, It's a Me Mario Gamer, Uniturtle 1, Tentacle 2070, and No Damage 2. Thank you guys who each gifted a single sub to the channel so far this week. A couple quick reminders, everyone. Alright? First of all, FYI, last day of March today, last chance for us to hit the subscriber goal for the month and make it so that I will wear jeans all day long on my birthday special stream. Alright? So, we're currently at 796 subs. Please consider subscribing today, resubscribing, or maybe gifting some subs to the channel if you want to see that goal happen. Alright? In addition, thank you for any contributions in advance, cheering, subbing, and tipping. We have goals in effect for tips, as you guys know. Please consider it. And thank you in advance. Currently, with the top cheerer is Snowcar with that 50-bit cheer. We have no tips so far during the stream. We had one, but it was unverified, so had to refund it. Alright? Alright, guys, here's the deal. It's break time. Let's take a break. Alright? I'm going to use the bathroom. When we come back, Divinity 2 continues. I guess we're probably going to backtrack a bit to try to find this chest that's outside the hidden cave. And then we're going to move forward and try to find, I think his name's Gareth or whatever. Try to find him because fuck, I still didn't find this guy. Alright? Alright, guys. I'll see you after the break, thanks, and I'll see you in a bit.